So I go to the Philippines a lot, right? I've never been to the Philippines in my life until I married this woman. I grew up next to the Philippines, and we have a history. We have a pretty tight history, but I always hear bad things about the Philippines growing up. Like, no, I never really cared to go there. I ended up going there in 2010 with my wife. We were in college at the time. We took a trip. We went to the Philippines, and I fell in love with that place. But not my first impression was kind of rough. It looked kind of rough. But yeah, we went to Thailand and we trained some Muay Thai around Thailand for like 6 weeks. And then we went down to we flew back to the Philippines. So we're in the Philippines. I think I was there for like 2 weeks. And I fell in love with the place. Like, Thailand is a gem, but the Philippines is a little bit more like exotic, like not more really too established, like a trail with the backpackers as Thailand is. But it's picking up. The tourism in the Philippines is picking up, and it's getting kind of expensive actually. Like, I'm noticing more burden on my wallet when I go there to do things, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, for example, I've been going there since 2010, and I go there like once or twice a year with my wife because her dad is an expat, retired over there, so we go there a lot. Yeah, but when I was my first couple of trips, I was staying with her family. My wife has family there, and they have like a little spot in the city of Manila, and I would sleep on the floor on a mat with my wife. And we were kids at the time, and she grew up doing this. Like, she was there every summer. She was always there and going back to the provinces and in Manila, and then her dad's an expat, so he's always there, just living the life, or he does a lot of medical. And I've never been exposed to this shit. I was never in my life thought I'd be doing this. My mom would have killed me, but yeah, I got really comfortable there. I started even learning like the language a little bit. It was like weird. So I go to the Philippines in 2010 and or 2024. So my kids have been going to the Philippines a lot too. We spend a lot of time in the Philippines. One time, well, the first couple of years we were in like the family's house, and it's a party when we show up. We buy out a beer, fucking. They throw down all the food, they cook for us. It's a good time. Like, it's a real local experience. I get that. And then they all wake up in the mornings, go do their jobs, get on their motorbikes, and disappear for the day. Leave me there with my wife. Oh shit, I'm gonna fucking, let's go. We'll go do something. We're right there in Manila. 350 pesos, 300 pesos for a case of Red Horse beer, right? Like a fucking case of these bottles of Red Horse, which is like $6 at the time. Fuck that. 2 of those will fucking toast me. 2 of those little bottles that toast me. And then, like, after a couple of years, we stopped hanging out and staying with them, and we started like staying with her dad. And her dad started getting older and having more medical issues, and so we stuck around and we helped him out. We didn't really need to like do anything. He had a bunch of caretakers taking care of him because the labor there is a lot cheaper than what we would pay in America. Like, that's how it is. Like, so when we're in like Hawaii, this guy's doing VA medical and all that. They require specialists, and they have everything there in Hawaii. But to have like 4 people take care of him 24/7 in Hawaii compared to 4 people taking care of him in Manila is night and day. Like they have the people, and the people willing to do the work gladly. They'll do it. Right now, my old man is requires attention, and I'm over there helping my mom change his pampers, clean him up, change his sheets, everything. We're doing that on our own, alone. Like my father-in-law in the Philippines, he had it pretty good. He had it really good. But anyways, yeah, I've been going to the Philippines a lot. So I go to the Philippines, and I stay with my wife wherever she wants to go, what she want to do, and she's like, we're gonna stay with my dad. So he's already kind of hard to roll around and do things, but he still wants to get out, right? And we got a wheelchair, we load him up and we take him around, and we just spend time with him. I let my wife spend time with her dad as much as she can, because he was already in the last stages of his life, and he was really they're really close. My wife is really close to her dad, so I understood the situation when I got with her, and I wanted to be really supportive of her through it. And I'm glad I did, because it was a great experience, to witness. But anyways, I was in Manila a lot over the last 10 years, 15 years, except since COVID. I haven't been there since COVID, and I'm about to go check it out here next month, and I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, we've been staying in this guy's condo, right? The last 7 years, 5 years, we've been going in and out of this condo right there, and next to the embassy, the U.S. Embassy in Manila. I'm over there, in and out, because there's a mall nearby. I go around, get food. I disappear. I'll go hit up the internet cafe, play some games, whatnot. But I'm in and out of this building, and I'm pretty much living in this building now. I get a nod from a guy going in, and when I'm going in, and he's leaving. Salam alaikum, my brother. Look at him. He looks Arab. I'm like, I've been to the Arab world. I say, wa alaikum salam. I gave the proper response, I thought. And actually, I'm in an area where there's a lot of Arab restaurants, and you can get shawarmas and whatnot. So I encountered that guy one more time in the elevator, like a couple of days later, and he says, hi, what's up? Really nice guy. Arab guy from Gaza. I leave. I don't see him for a couple of days. Then I'm leaving the condo, and I'm walking out. The security snatches me up. They're like, hey, sir, Mr. So-and-so left this for you, left me a note, inviting me up to enjoy a meal with them, right? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. He was talking about it, but I didn't think anything of it. But they left me a note specifically for me, and to join them on the roof for their meal. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good. And I wasn't even gonna go, because I don't know these guys, but I'm on vacation, and I'm not really too not really taking life serious, I'm just living my life. My wife's like, we should go. And we've been living in this condo in Manila for a while. We're regulars. And we get to the roof, right? It's we're going up there for dinner, it's still sun out. We get to the roof, and it's all men. And they all look at us, because I have my wife and daughter. And they're like, oh, Sari said you're coming, but the women and children are downstairs in his apartment. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, all right then. So I was going to take them, but then the Filipinas that were helping them took my wife and daughter down. And I know where this guy's apartment and his number is, because they gave me the number. And my wife said she's going to go join the women down there. So I was like, okay. And I stayed on the roof with these guys, and there's 10 guys here on the roof on this condo in Manila. And I don't see the guy that invited me, Sadi. But these guys are all cool. They're all like, hey, Avi, he'll be up here. He's just getting something. And they're introducing themselves, shaking my hand, saying what's up. And Sadi comes up. And he's like giving me all the love, man. He was so good to me. Really good. And I had a big, thick beard. You know, I wasn't shaving. I was kind of going through a dirtbag phase, kind of like I am now, but more reckless. And they were so cool. Sadi sat right next to me and fucking chatted me up. I think that's his name, Sadi. Introducing me to everyone. I'm expecting dinner. I realize these guys are all Muslims. I'm not Muslim. I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic, and I don't have no problems with Muslims. I got a lot of Muslim friends, but I'm in Manila, and I've never experienced anything like this. There are no Filipinos here. These are all Arabs, and like 2 black guys from Africa. One guy was a fucking bodybuilder, like 3 times my size. I even have a knife on me. I always carry a knife. But I realized, like, these guys could kill me right now if they wanted to. But there was good energy. Anyways, we're about to enjoy a meal. And these guys are fasting for Ramadan. And I didn't know. I pay no attention to this. They get up to go pray because the sun's going down. So they go and pray together, and they're facing their direction, and they got their mats. And one of them noticed me standing on the side watching them. He's like, sir, you can come join us. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And I kind of felt a little awkward denying that invitation to pray, you know. And I'm not one to like just follow along, but I'm also not an idiot, you know. Like I don't want to rub people the wrong way, but this is not my faith, so I felt okay saying no. And I knew they understood that. So I let them pray. I hear their little call for prayer, and I'm like, whoa, this is legit. And these guys rolled in all on bicycles, right? Their bikes are all parked downstairs, and they're praying. Then they finish praying, and they come and join me at the area where we're gonna eat. And then they break out a meal, and they go all out. They first they give us like, the fuck did they give us? They give us like the main course or something. Then like a dessert, or they start us off with like a soup, and then like a main course, which was called like upside down dish. It was first time I ever had it. It was amazing, Arab food. And then they gave us like a dessert, like a badass dessert with fruits and nuts. It was just so organic and just delicious. And then they gave me a choice between Turkish coffee or tea. And I drank some coffee, and that coffee was perfect without the sugar, and then with the meal balancing out after that. It was one of the best meals I've had in my life. I'm not gonna fucking lie. That was legit. And I'm talking to these guys now throughout this meal and afterwards. And I realized this might be a recruitment. You know, like these guys might be trying to recruit me. Their demeanor, the way they approach me, their jokes. They even had like some terrorist jokes in there and shit. Like they were like telling me how the Filipino cops were giving them shit. You know, like, hey, you're not from Iran, you're Arab, right? You know, and they're like, yeah. So you terrorists? You Taliban? And you know, these Arab guys are telling me the story, and they're mocking the cops. What they're saying about the Arabs here. Oh, you're Taliban? And then the Arab guys are just joking with them. Yeah, why you want to join? You know, he responded like that in a joking way to the cop. And he told me that is a joke, in part of his joke, right? And I just ignored that. You know, just ignored that. Fucking started talking to another dude. And then I started talking to all of these guys, man. And these guys are all legit. They're coming from all over the world, right? Some of them were from Syria. Some of them were from Gaza, before Gaza got fucked up by the Israelis. Yeah. Some of them were from Africa, like African countries. I can't remember at the top of my head, but like they're black guys from Africa. And they were all there making a life, man. Like Sadi, the guy I know, or I met, he told me he was like a legit nurse. He registered nurse, and he got on a plane out of the Arab world and went straight to the Philippines. He said he went down to Davao. He's like, I can't got here. Didn't know any English. Didn't know any other language. I just came, and he made a life out of this place, and he has a network now. And what was he saying? He became a nurse, and now he lives in Manila, and he's the one hosting all this stuff. And then so like I'm getting to know all his friends, you know. And these guys are studying engineers, and this guy's the bodybuilder. He ate like 3 chickens. Like we all got like a piece of chicken, like a whole small little Cornish hen. That dude ate 3 of them. So I knew he was like trying, you know, like he's trying to fucking put on those gains. But I realized, like, bro, this is not my circle. You know, like, I really appreciate the hospitality, the love, but I am in the wrong place right now. I wonder where my wife and daughter are right now. I'm gonna go check them, you know. So I said, what's up? I said thank you and everything, and goodbye. And I was very grateful for the hospitality and the love and the vibes, but I need to go. And I split, and I never went back over there again. And yeah, actually my father-in-law passed away during COVID. My last trip before I left the Philippines, my last trip in the Philippines was before COVID. Like after COVID, I haven't been back since. My father-in-law passed away during COVID, and it was fucked up because there was problems, you know, with the traveling and my wife's dad's last days, and watching her go through that, I hurt. But we move on. We remember them. We love them. But I'll always remember that meal on the top of that roof in Manila. That was one of my most surreal moments in my life. I got a few of them, you know, but that was like, I am not where I should be, you know, like this is how things can go wrong. But hopefully my son will hear this, or my daughters, and you know, they'll make better decisions and better choices. I'm not saying all Arabs or Muslims are bad. Like I said, I have a lot of love for them. But what I experienced on that roof, that wasn't normal. We'll talk again.